Jackson, he is doing PEP today, just like all the others. We're wishing you a wonderful day. You're going to be successful.
Yeah. Jackson bright bad.
Yeah, he
but no,
is.
Tami I win after. But when I say, go show my son, cho cho cho, whoa. Jackson, you're going to eat, cho 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 cho. I got to tell you, yeah.
Why do I associate Wayne Marshall with Wilma's? Which school did you?
Wilma's in Big Up for True. Yeah, he went to Wilmer's. I get quite a geese.
Okay, I actually remember that. Yeah, he did. Okay.
I'm that young. I just read about it.
Oh, you read it?
Right. Yeah, but yeah.
20 minutes after 6 o'clock, you know it's time for your bright ball of sunshine. Sunny K. Dawkins, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
When you not done me with the yellow, you know, I had to jump on trend.
No, you're on trend.
No, but
you look so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so
I'm
much.
loving the dress with it.
Thank you so
I
much.
like it. She got like Skittles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah. That part. If you catch it, you catch it.
Anyway, I have an exciting, you know, I always come with a little razzle dazzle. This morning, I have a razzle dazzle for you. Keeping in line with PEP. You know, we were talking about it with PEP prep, right? So let's jump into our headline for this morning. Education Minister confident in PEP preparation and performance.
You saw that alliteration there?
I
Very
did.
well. Alliteration, everyone.
As more than 33,000 students across Jamaica return to the classrooms for day 2 of the primary exit profile, the PEP exams, Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon is encouraging students to stay focused and give their best, noting the hard work of both students and teachers in preparing for this moment. She joins us over the phone to talk exam readiness, how the ministry is supporting students with special needs, and to give her well wishes for all the young Jamaicans taking this important step. Good morning, Minister Morris Dixon.
Good morning, Minister.
Good morning, Minister. How are you?
People, it's so good to hear your bright sunshine.
Nice. Great to have you on the show.
Awesome. Let's jump straight into it, Minister. You've been doing your canvassing, I'm sure, across the regions of into which the country is broken in the education ministry. What is your general canvass of what you've heard from day 1 thus far?
Day 1 went very, very well. We had no issues in terms of start time. All of our students went out. We had a few absences, and as a ministry, when a student is absent from their grade 6 PEP, we actually reach out to the parents to find out what would have happened, to see if there is any way we can intervene. But it went really smoothly yesterday. I was so very happy with the updates that came from all 7 regions across Jamaica, and it was 33,000 students. You know, we've gotten pretty good at administering this grade 6 test, and I heard you commending the teachers, which we have to commend, and the students, but I want to commend the parents. And I say that especially because I know last year I was going through PEP stress, and I sit down outside the classroom while PEP going on and stressing myself out and all of that. So I'm there with all the parents who were going through that this morning. I feel you. And I know how hard you've all worked. I mean, this exam is like you doing the exam too.
Exactly. So much is riding on it.
I'm with you, parents, and I understand that feeling, but our students have it.
Well, tell us a little bit, Minister, about, you know, the students with special needs, because oftentimes when we talk about PEP or even just our school system in general, oftentimes children with special needs, you know, get left out of the equation, or they're not necessarily contemplated in the big macro system of things. So talk to me about what the ministry has put in place so that those students have a chance as well, because they may be differently abled, but they're still very abled.
Very much able. And so this year we gave accommodations to over 500 students across Jamaica who may need different support. Some of them may need a shadow with them. Some of them may need someone who will read with them or prompt them for the exam. We also have those who get their scripts printed in Braille. We print in Braille.
Oh, wow.
And for some children who may also have other issues with their sight, we print the exam scripts in big font for those students. So we actually canvass all of the schools to find out where we have students with special needs that need special accommodation. And in yesterday's sitting of PEP, we had over 500 of them that needed accommodation, and we provided that support to them yesterday. But we also, I should note, to Jamaica, we had children whose parents opted to have them do the exams even though they were in hospital. So our ministry team were at some of our hospitals yesterday because a student may have gone in for a condition. They're still able to do their test, and their parents request the ministry to do it. So we had children at UWI Hospital, Bustamante Hospital, St. Anne's Bay Hospital, and Mandeville Hospital doing PEP yesterday with us accommodating them. So we're there for any child, no matter what is going on. And this emphasis on children with special needs is very important. And I think you're going to see us do more from diagnostics. We have a new diagnostic center that's being established in Portland so that everybody don't have to come to Kingston to do their diagnostic test to see if their child has ADHD or maybe on the spectrum.
Nice.
That is a priority of us because we've seen the data. The data is clear. We're going to see more children in the coming years on the spectrum, and we have to get ready for that. We're teaching our new teachers about how to deal with children with special needs that will invariably end up in their classroom.
Yes.
I had to say to the new teachers, all of you are going to be teachers of special needs students because
Yes.
the data shows it, that we're going to see more of that, and we have to be more accommodating, and we're starting that with even how we administer our exams.
Nice.
Going into day 2, what is well, you're heading into central Jamaica as we
Yes.
speak,
Yes.
but going into day 2, what's the message, what's the focus
Right.
today from the ministry?
The message really for students who are listening, and they love you, and I know on a morning like this, they'll listen to you because you're very calming and you're giving them really great positive energy. So I say to the students who are listening, you got this. You've been working really hard for a long time, and I bet you're going in that exam and say, wow, this is so easy, because we're not trying to trip you up. No one's doing that. We're just assessing where you are. So I want you to go in there with all the calm, all the confidence, knowing that God loves you deeply, and God is not going to let you be in that exam by yourself. He is there right beside you. And I look forward to seeing the wonderful results that we're going to get out of PEP. But for the children, please be as calm as you can be, because it's a big day for you, but it is also a day where we put a test that is not onerous on our students based on their preparation.
Minister, can't have you on the program and not ask this question. Recently, the Jamaica Teaching Council bill was passed in the upper house. There have subsequently been concerns expressed. How do you defend the process that has been taken to arrive where we are? A long process it has been, and how do you view the criticisms that have been raised by the opposition and even from concerns raised by the Jamaica Teachers Association and just teachers generally?
Sure, thanks for that question. The JTC bill, as you said, has been in the works for 21 years. It started in 2004 with the Ray Davis report on education and how we can fix education, and it recommended having a teaching council, and that was established by P.J. Patterson then. And so 21 years later, we finally have a bill, and this went through a lot of consultations over 21 years. And when you look at even the last 2 years, there was a joint select committee that met 45 times, and all those sittings were televised live on TV. You could find them on YouTube, all of that, to get the voices of the stakeholders involved. So it's a very, very involving process where you listen to everyone. And so that was how we got the bill. So the bill didn't come out of someone sitting in a room and writing it. It came out of active consultation with the opposition, with the government side, and all of the stakeholders. So the JTA would have come and presented. The church interest would have come and presented. The homeschoolers presented. Homeschool Association presented. Everybody who had an interest came and presented. And then what you get is a bill that kind of balances all of the interests. So you have the interest of the teachers in there. You have the interest of the church groups. You have the interest of the ministry. So everybody's interest is in the bill. But in any new bill, you kind of understand that there can be anxiety. around it. What does this mean? Is this going to be a bad thing for me or not? And so I don't take criticism personally. I think it's very healthy. That's what our democracy is about, being able to criticize and critique initiatives that we're doing that are really aimed at improving the outcomes for our children. And so for me, I'm always there with a listening ear. And I know last night there would have been discussions around it. We know that the church groups have said that they're supportive of the bill. The Parents Association has said they're supportive of the bill. And so what we have to do is obviously do a lot more engagement with our teachers so they understand that there's nothing in the bill that will put them at a disadvantage. It's actually about protecting the profession and getting our education system to be even better than it is. And I look forward to dialoguing with the teachers, because I'll be seeing them. I saw some on Tuesday in St. Mary. I'm going into Manchester today. And so it's an opportunity to, hear and explain. And that's what we always have to do. Always have a posture of listening and explaining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
Minister. Thank you so very much.
Thank you all.
All right, all the
Safe
best.
drive and have a great rest of the day.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. That was Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris-Dixon, checking in with us ahead of PEP Day 2. That's also where we leave things off in headlines, and I'll see you guys, of course, at 7 a.m. for your morning news.
That's right,
Thank you
TK.
very much.
And so we say lots of love, TK. And, well, you never take PEP, right?
Sorry.
Why are you laughing?
No.
I saw Nita instant, right? Well, let me ask you, when you were going in for your exam, TK, what were some of the things you brought with you?
Well, I had to have my number 2 pencil, because,
yeah.
of course, that was combination. So you
Yeah.
had to have the number 2 pencil. You have to pack a little extra food or extra snacks just in case. That's what
they allowed you to eat? Okay.
Well, I never got to eat in the exam, but just in case I get a little
Yes.
something there.
Okay.
What else again? It was really just my pencil,
Yeah, where you
and
bring
my
the
books.
I never did go in.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, you did. Well, you're a foreigner, right?
yes.
You are one of those people. Number 2 pencil, ruler, rubber,
Oh yes, rubber.
extra pencil, just in case that point broke. Yeah, ruler, and what else? Yeah, Mommy was outside, was waiting, yeah. She was there. Hi, Lady March, good morning, yeah.
Well, good morning again to all the peppers and all the best.
Yeah,
All right.
you know, my mom saw a child one morning go. She know his parents, but he was walking to. It was GSAT at the time, and she took him to the exam and actually stayed with him. Yeah.
Classic Lady
Mother,
March.
yeah, man, I lie. Yeah.
Big up all the teachers.
Yes.
And guess what? Vibes Cartel isn't the only teacher who went underwater. Stay tuned to see what we mean in Money Master Class. It's brought to you by Jay and Band.
That's right. Sunrise